What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA playoffs, Sunday, May 19th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, this is for the single game slate tonight between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks are up 2-0 on the series and they're playing in Toronto. Okay, at the top, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kawhi Leonard. I've been on Giannis, and I still think I'm going to play Giannis today. But remember, Kawhi Leonard's going to be playing at home in a must-win game. It looks like FanDuel has priced Giannis way up, so I may favor Kawhi Leonard on FanDuel and Giannis on DraftKings. So Giannis Antetokounmpo has scored 65, 60, and 48 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 57.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 33 minutes per game, with a 32% usage rate. Giannis is projected at 59.2 fantasy points here tonight. There's an implied total of 220 points in this game. Giannis has been a beast in the playoffs. I don't expect him to slow down tonight on the road. I think he gets you 55 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Giannis Antetokounmpo here versus the Toronto Raptors. So our DFS tools for MLB baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, moving down in salary, I like Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors. Kyle Lowry has scored 26, 47, and 30 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 37.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. Kyle Lowry is playing 38 to 40 minutes in the last 3 games, so that's monster minutes. Kyle Lowry's projected at 36.5 fantasy points here tonight. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, and a great spot for Kyle Lowry. So I like Kyle Lowry here versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, so even lower salary now. I like Nikola Mirotic from the Milwaukee Bucks. Nikola Mirotic has scored 24, 22, and 37 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 30.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 27 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Nikola Mirotic has only played 22 to 27 minutes in the last 3 games, so I think that's been factored into his price tag. He's projected at 27.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's been pretty consistent here, scoring 20 to 30 fantasy points per game. So I like Nikola Mirotic here versus the Toronto Raptors. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, for my next pick, I'm going to give you guys a value play. This guy's almost min salary. I like Norman Powell From the Toronto Raptors, Norman Powell scored 23 fantasy points in 24 minutes last game. He averages 15.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 19 minutes per game with a 19% usage rate. So he's got the ball in his hands when he's on the court. He played 24 minutes last game, and if he's going to get over 20 minutes tonight, he's going to crush his price tag. He's only $2,200 DraftKings salary for this single game slate, projected at 12.5 fantasy points here tonight, but he's got 20 to 30 point upside if he gets hot. So I love Norman Powell as a value play. Okay, and for my next pick, if you guys are willing to take the risk, this is a classic lesson in buying low when it comes to DFS. Marc Gasol was a great play last game. It didn't work out. He had one of his worst games of his career, got into foul trouble, only played 19 minutes, and only produced 11 fantasy points. Marc Gasol has scored 11, 33, 27, 22, and 27 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs. He's averaging 34.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. He played 39 and 45 minutes the 2 games before that 19-minute game. Any player, any given night can get into foul trouble, have a bad shooting night, and that's what happened to Marc Gasol. That's why you want to limit your exposure to players, because you don't want one player to blow up all your lineups. With all that said, I love Marc Gasol tonight. He's projected at 32.3 fantasy points, and although I think that projection is a little high, it's not too far off base. This is a home game. They're going to need Marc Gasol out there, so I think we see a bounce back game here. You're going to get him at low ownership. I like Marc Gasol here versus the Milwaukee Bucks. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.